Bourbon and Brotherhood. Ah, okay, good. Welcome back. Well, some of y'all already know. But this month, Toshma wanted to kind of focus on mental health, and we had an idea of doing a man cave, kind of a quick counsel group / ask questions, give feedback, and support one another session while we had the football game. Are we cool with that? Men, are we cool with that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you. You know, get some guts up in here. So for the most part, everybody know everybody? All right, so if we go around the room, do some introductions.
Okay, I'm Quan, two-time repeated client, Toshma, from Gainesville, Georgia, living out Lawrenceville.
Pow.
Yep, all county, yep. And this is my, I don't know, a lot of events for Toshma.
Yeah, this got to be my fourth or fifth Bourbon and Brotherhood, I think.
My name is Alton Davis. I just moved to Atlanta from Seattle like last month.
Oh, welcome.
This is the first time I've ever been to one of the events. Originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Excited to be here. I got family in this area, and I'm excited to hear all the
How's Atlanta been treating you so far?
It's nice.
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
Seattle's rains all the time.
Yeah.
That's not a myth.
That's not a myth.
That's real.
Standard. All right, thank you.
And it's Antoine, first time here, and I work for Toshma.
Bam, bam. All right, thank you. Welcome.
What's up, brothers? I'm Rudy, last name Thompson. I live in the Alpharetta area, and this is my first time.
Okay. Welcome.
Toshma is also a good friend of mine for over 20-something years, and good businesswoman when it comes to real estate. So
Yeah, absolutely. Among other things.
Exactly right, and that's why I'm here.
That's right.
Rudy, I have to tell you, Rudy is like the oldest client contact of mine, and he kept my number. We actually have not done business yet, but he referred me someone that did a couple of deals with me in 2005. And so the first thing is my number never changed. So that's the cool thing. So over 20 years, he still had my number. It was the same. And we actually reconnected this year.
Yeah.
And he's done business with Tracy. So,
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you.
My name's Richard Bias. I'm retired from 3M. I live in Stockbridge. This is my first meeting here, and brought in by Chris.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
I'm Chris. Like my novice said, I'm glad he was able to remote that. However, I'm Chris. I always come to Toshma event. Toshma is like a sister to me, a sister-in-law. I met her through my wife, and everything she put on can on, she got the modest touch. And you know, if you guys is old enough, you heard that song, the modest touch.
Yeah.
We all know what the modest touch is. And I stay in Stockbridge, happen to be retired, and that's it. Just chilling and want to meet good energy people. Like everything touches throat.
Yeah, that's true.
Energy is great.
That's true. That's true. Thank you, Chris.
My name is Tim. I was introduced through my sister Shalon, who is also married to Chris. So this is my third or fourth event. I'm a DJ, songwriter, producer, singer, and vocal arranger. Hoping to meet
my community because I saw it, I modeled it. But my dad was never intentional about teaching. So what I would leave is be intentional. You know, a lot of times we just think things just fall off of us, and some do. But like, I'm real intentional about financial literacy with my daughters. I'm a girl dad, I have 2 daughters. So I'm intentional about what I teach them about life insurance. My mother died, didn't have life insurance, so I know what that feels like.
Right.
Running around trying to prepare for a funeral in 5 days.
Yep.
Coming up with money, obituary, which is gonna wear in a casket, like, that's a lot. I talk about death a lot. I'm intentional because that's the one thing I guarantee everybody in this room is gonna experience, especially them. So when it happens, I don't want them to be surprised by what to do.
Right.
Or that it happens. People, I can't believe this happened. Like, how could you didn't think it was gonna happen?
Right.
Like, everybody goes through that. So going back to the manhood part, I'm intentional about telling young men like what manhood is and looks like, not just modeling it, but communicating it. And to my daughters, what to expect from a man, what to expect from yourself as young ladies. So the thing that I would pass on to anybody is be intentional about whatever it is. Financial literacy, manhood, whatever that thing is, you have to be intentional. You can't just let it happen. They see what I'm doing, because like I say, my dad has always been around, always. But he wasn't intentional in teaching me things. Because men of his generation didn't talk a lot. They just did.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, I love you because the light's on. My dad never said that, but I know guys who would like that.
He said something similar. He probably said something similar.
No, he just didn't say much.
Oh, he didn't talk at all.
Not anything about life, if that makes sense. Like, my dad is not a teacher. But when I was in my 19 to 21, I was angry with him.
Okay.
My dad never taught me how to shave, but my dad has never shaved. My dad has had a beard his whole life except one time. So I'm like, why would he teach me to shave? He doesn't do it. But as a young man, I'm like, he never teach me to shave. Like, I was mad at him, never communicated that to him.
Yeah.
But I was mad. He never knew I was mad. Why didn't he teach me to shave? Like, I'm walking around harboring this anger because I'm trying to figure out how to use it. I didn't start shaving until this happened. And I'm like, well, I gotta figure
Why this
out.
happened?
No, real talk. It's like, I went through the clippers. Like, I remember the first time I used like razor blades. I'm like, my dad never taught me how to shave. I'm like, my dad has always had a beard.
Yeah.
He's the only brother with hair. All the other brothers are bald. I got that from my uncles. So, yeah, as men, I would say, be intentional about whatever it is you want to pass on. Like, whatever, like, be vocal, you know, and be descriptive. Use adjectives, you know, not grumblings, and like, be very specific in what you say, and think about what you want them to walk away with. That's all.
I just want to add on something that he said that you know, I heard him say, especially about being intentional. One thing I wanted to normalize, because again, when, you know, coming up, you know, I know my dad was murdered when I was 3, so I was raised by my grandma and my mama. And you know, even though I knew they loved me, they didn't tell me they loved me. And actually, my mom, her anniversary of her death was yesterday, 7 years ago. So it was crazy. 18 was a crazy year. Got my first house in the beginning of the year. Lost my mom at the end of the year, November 8th. But on my grandma's deathbed and on my mom's deathbed is the only time that we were saying I love you. You know what I'm saying? So I been intentional with my kids to tell them I love them all the time. It ain't nothing for my son. I said, Dad, I love you. That's easy. Now it's easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I tell him all the time. He tell me. I tell my daughter all the time. She tell me. And not only that, you know, I got 3 best friends, and when they're around the house, we kicking and watch football game. They'll hear me telling my homeboy, "Hey, bro, I love y'all." You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, make that normalized. You know what I'm saying? So I think as men, we need to, you know what I'm saying, continue that and you know, normalize, you know what I'm saying, telling your brothers that you love them, normalize telling your kids that you love them. That's
real. What do y'all do to kind of manage your stress, considering the fact that society tells us to,
I go to therapy.
Well, say it louder.
I can talk about different things. I have a black male therapist. I go through things and I be like, let me tell you what this means. And he'd be like, what? And so, like, I can sit and talk to him. He's unobjective. He listens. He gives me things to work on, just about myself personally, how to kind of communicate better, how to express myself. And it's a way for me to not emotionally dump on people that I care about. Sometimes people that you care about, they're going through their own things. And you come in with all of your stuff, it's just compounding on them. And a lot of people don't have a way to kind of let that steam off. Me going to therapy allows me to pick my time, talk to him, go back, kind of look at things. I can, like, say for instance, if I get into it with someone, I can go talk to my therapist, go back and be like, okay, this is what I need to say. I can get those things out. We can have a dialogue. I encourage all my homeboys to go. A lot of them do not go. I've got a couple friends to go, but a lot of times we are afraid to express ourselves because it's in our community it's seen as being weak, but it's not. You're taking care of yourself, but you're also taking care of other people and caring about other people and loving on other people when you're taking care of yourself.
I agree.
I really do. I feel like, me personally, when it comes to people of color, because I think, I mean, I'm a little versed in financial literature, so I know that black is a political status, it's chattel. So I try not to use that word. I'm an Aboriginal chief myself, so I would just like for us to, at some point, realize we're the only group in America that we individualize our pain, our struggle, right? We all going through one. I respect every man in here for his struggle. However, he had to go upon it because as a man, I know that I had to walk through some struggles, and I know we all did, and we overcame them at some point. That's what defines who we become after the adversity, right? All of us don't handle that well. Bro, over here mentioned cholesterol. Hell, my cholesterol up. I'm pescatarian, right? But I run a business. I got employees. We got, stress is life. So that's encumbersome about my feelings and my stress. How do I share that? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm stating, what I want to share with y'all, you spoke earlier about what we want to share. I want to share meritocracy is the word I want to give y'all. Because that's something that we don't teach, right? We don't teach meritocracy. We don't teach to where I'm going to get wealthy, bro, then I'm going to give you the blueprint to get wealthy. I don't want nothing for it. What you got to do when you get wealthy, you got to make sure he get wealthy. And so on.
Yeah, so each one teach one. Man.
We know the concept, but how are we processing it? This is my point. This is where meritocracy comes in. It's the process of making that happen versus us sitting here and we're having dialogue and we're getting to know each other. It's no different than, okay, I'm a Yazoo chief. I know my tribe. Bro, here he Iroquois. Okay, so if we do our due diligence on who we are, it's going to maintain who we become, right? Because if we still fall back on what our fathers and their fathers did in this particular time period, it doesn't fit, right? Then they're, okay, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to save my money. When $1,000 that I put under my mattress in 2010 ain't gonna buy me what it's gonna buy me today. So what did I do wrong, right? I'm not doing anything wrong. We're not receiving return on interest. Bro mentioned insurance. That's a great route to go. Whole insurance from birth. Instead of a pair of Jordans, get the smallest whole life insurance policy you can on that baby and let it grow. By the time he 10, 15, hell, he looking at least 200 to 300% ROI. He can pull that out, go buy him a car or whatever it is he want to do, a piece of land or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's just, it has to start to where it builds meritocracy. Meritocracy means where the second and third generations are benefiting from those generations well prior. We don't care how you do it as long as it falls into the legality. We all I'm from Flint, you know what I mean? So the streets was right there.
Say less.
So here go the jail cell, here go the cemetery. Which one you gonna choose, right? So you gotta tiptoe through the graveyard. We gotta tiptoe around the jail cell just to try to make a decision to where you're gonna pull yourself up from your bootstraps with no shoes. I remind everybody, go back and watch Glory. That's what made Denzel. Because he told the truth. He said, what we gonna do? You convince these men that they gonna go fight for a country that when they died, they had nothing to gain, whether they won or not. So that was the erosion of whatever we had prior to where we got to build that to where my grandkids don't have to go get no job, right? They fall right into the business. I'm an HVAC contractor. So they should fall right in. Whatever you do, he's a therapist, right? Unfortunately, my knock on the degrees, and I'm not knocking not going to get one, it's just that he can't pay it forward to the generation that's coming down, right? It's one of the few pieces of paper that you get. If you get an individual degree, a PhD, how you gonna get that to your son, right? So you can't. So that's why I'm saying the meritocracy comes in what you build off of that time.
Hold on, what's your name, bro?
I'm Wolf.
Wolf, my man. I didn't catch it earlier. I wanted to say something to that, and honestly, I think I do want to have this conversation because it's not so much me going to get paper. Mm-hmm. That's in the society that I live in. The reason why I went and got paper, a little bit about me, is I'm from Macon, Georgia. I don't know if y'all know much about Macon.
We know about Macon.
And so I grew up, I had light skin man disease. So I had to be extra hard because everybody thought everybody light skin was soft. That's not any way to grow up. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't realize it until I became a man that I was mean as hell. You understand? My father couldn't teach me that anything other than what I knew because he was an alcoholic. I went and got some paper that got my name on the wall, this, that, and the third. And I'm a therapist now. What did my life miss? Emotional maturity. What can I teach my son? What can I pass down to my daughter? How to exist in a society without being a liability. That's the value of going to college. College, and honestly, I love vocation. My father was in auto body work. I was working down at the dealership with him over the summer. I know how to fix your damn car. You understand what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying.
I was blessed to get both, bro, because my mom, I'm second generation Black Panther when it comes to them, right? That's a whole nother topic amongst itself.
Yeah.
But college wasn't like, my mother was one of the ones that she went to college and she was putting herself, so I had to go. So I was the one that was like, hey, can I check out trade school? I had scholarships, everything. I just, the conformity of how I was militant at 15, right? I'm still wearing Malcolm to this day, right? So that's what they used to call me when I was coming up. So I had a different perspective on how, I was going to go conform myself when I'm watching the hood get debilitated with crack and drugs every day.
Right.
So how do you weigh that up, right?
But that's the thing. I don't think that there's one way. It's not.
I'm gonna say this. I was born in Chicago in the 60s. Got cousins that was involved in gangs and all that. My daddy was from Yazoo City, Mississippi. My mother from Everton, Georgia. I was not raised around my uncles and aunts and cousins and grandparents. My grandparents never met each other. Me and my siblings, we lived in Chicago, then we went to Ohio, and then graduated from Houston, Texas, right? My father was always out there trying something new. My mother always said, just because we live in a ghetto don't mean the ghetto. None of my siblings have ever been to jail. Oh, we got cousins who've been. And it's not, I think some things it were lucky, but we knew there was consequences. And it's internal. Because you can come out the same household with the same parents, and every sibling gonna have a different run-up.
True.
That's
and
right.
I'm telling you, and it's individual. 2 years ago, I was 260 pounds. 260. High blood pressure, cholesterol, all this stuff going on, right? I'm 190. I went from a 52 jacket to a 44. That was something I had to do. So what you pass on, sometimes it doesn't have to take a diploma. It's people watching you.
Yeah.
And then and I tell you, I have a diploma with college. My job at the University of Georgia, I never applied. I work with the athletic department. I'm on the sideline with Georgia every Saturday. Never put in the job because my name was mentioned in rooms I never walked into. Right? So, and your children see that everybody knows you. I'm not from Georgia, but people swear that I went to school with them. I wasn't here. I'm also a chaplain and not a preacher.
No, I don't.
Not a preacher. I'm a chaplain, and I talk the same thing with people. What's your intentions? How are you changing?
Mm-hmm.
And there again, my uncles on my dad's side, they drank Jameson, and all they do is cry. My mother's side, they drink Seagram, and all they do is cuss and fuck. They live in Decatur.
I'm about to say that's
Keller Road.
Seagram's
Southway
that's a Georgia thing.
And you know it, Southway to Cab. 2nd Avenue, big old house with the 10-foot fence. That's folks, right? What I'm getting at is that everybody has an individual path they take on.
No doubt.
But guess what? Guess what you can't pass on? I'm retired. House paid for. Wife retired. My oldest child is 43. My youngest is 31. Ain't no kids in the house. Grandkids, everybody doing things. I did everything right. Obeyed never drank, never smoked, never been in trouble until 2013. My first sip of alcohol was in 2013 because I could not go to sleep. My mom was in hospice care. What we have to learn is how to pivot.
True.
When things go wrong, how do you react to it? Young man from the Dallas Cowboys took his life, right? Dealing with mental health issues.
You talk about not having nobody to talk to. I never been there, but I had another friend, had a lot of people in his family die, go to jail. But guess what he killed himself for? Dog died. Couldn't take that. So we never know what our pivoting point is. We never know what's going to be that one thing that's going to take us over the edge. Being able to adjust, losing everything and coming back. And a diploma's not going to teach you that. Life is spent. You don't know who you are until you put in that situation.
True.
And I'm blessed that I have not had to deal with that.
And that's what I was stating. I respect everybody's journey because as men of color, we had to put up or shut up, or like we used to say, them bread meat. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to play for bread meat.
If I don't win, I don't eat.
Correct. So I get that. What I'm stating is, how do we process a form of meritocracy business-wise that we're passing down? That's where we started. We started with, okay, what we gonna give to the youngsters that we can't see yet? You dig what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
if we take your journey or somebody's like okay, and this is what I'm saying. We don't have a centralized position to where, okay, if I go my own route, right, and I do this, and it kind of don't work out right? Okay, do I just falter on my own, or do I say, can I fall back on bro over here because he been doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, got his business going, and how he's structured, he just gonna allow me to come in. See, this is what every other group does, right? If I'm an Asian and I go out and I start my little fortune cookie little Asian spot out here in the hood, right, because that's what they do. All right, bam, it's kind of filter out. Do I go out of business? No. So one of his family members gonna come in, give him a loan, do whatever, or let them come run in one of their shops until he get back on his feet. That's all I'm stating.
Yeah.
Like when we start actually putting these tools together, then this room will be outside. Instead of us being able to fit in this room, we'll have so many brothers with businesses, so many brothers that's on their feet, to where we won't have to have that conversation. They'll be like, all right, come on, because I'm with the youth. I'm with the youngsters. Like my nephew and them, they all in the streets. So I talk to them because I don't want to see them go to jail. They in and out of jail all of the time, right? So I'm trying to give them options to where they're like, all right, you know, what can they do with the little street money that they got so they can get out the streets? And that's really what they want. But how do they do that? This the questions they keep asking. Like, bro, okay, I ain't finna go to college. I ain't finna do all that, but still, I don't want to go in the streets. What are my options? Right? I got to go put on the Amazon smock and go to Amazon. Like, a lot of them, they not going to do that. So I just want to be able to get with us, if that's the case, since we are the leaders, we the strength of the community, whether we want to accept it or not. Who else can be? Like, the women can only do so much. They went got their paper, did their thing. All right, we hope they just invest back with us so that we can build, right, to where we got somewhere to go. Because if you live here in Atlanta, you see what's going on, right? You see who's holding the power, right? You see who's buying the real estate, who's opening the businesses. So that's where all of our money is. As a group of people, we always judge by how long the dollar stays in our community, right? And it's always what did they say the time was, Bradford? Like what 30? Yeah, was it 36 hours? It was something ridiculous, right? While the Asians stay in for like 35 days. Like it's a month and 5 days now. So all I'm stating is if their blueprint is set, I mean, we watch football. If one team get to doing something, it's a copycat league, is it not? Oh, all right. Well, they doing it. It's working. We're the only ones that individualize our struggle, brothers. That's all I'm saying. I'm with y'all. I give back in any way that I can, whether it's Federal Reserve notes or it's business plans or you need help with your taxes or you trying to get your credit going. I'm so well versed in being in both sides. I just help however I can, right? It doesn't really matter. I don't have a lot of time, but the little time I have, I want them to be able to say, all right, it ain't going, because we all done been there. Where it all done went to shit, excuse my French. And you sitting there going, what's my next move? Now, whoever you may pray to, I'm not going to get into that. But for the youth right now, that ain't where they going.
But what I was getting at is that what I learned to get over my stress was I had to learn how to unplug.
I got you.
I had to detach myself or find a way. Just driving from Athens took me an hour and 40 minutes to get here. Detached. I was able to get in my car and just ride, and I think about self. Not everybody pour, making like the bank. People are withdrawing, but ain't nobody deposit. And after a while, I'm broke. And guess what? the people who borrowed from me or took my energy, it's just like someone said, let me borrow. I'm broke. I'm 3 months behind on my rent. If you gave them the 3 months, you think they ever gonna give you that 3 months back? Cause that means they got to get past that 3 months just to take care of the next month, and you still 3 months old. And that's the same thing emotionally when it comes to family. And I tell you, I talk to young people, but I know my own sons. I could tell them something. You could come and say the same thing, and they'll listen to you.
But that's my whole point.
Yeah.
So
it takes a tribe
Right.
to build a community. So my son the same way. That Negro ain't gonna listen to me, bruh. I've been drilling it in his head.
And
what
so
he
that's
need
what I
to do?
did. I unplugged.
He went to the military.
That's what I gonna talk to.
he went to the military. He had to do what they told him to do. I mean, Wolf, you saying that we don't have infrastructure? Is what
Correct.
And
how is he not?
well, I mean,
how do we not at this stage, brother?
So
what
every
we gotta do to get it? I don't care.
We had infrastructure, but we deconstructed it when we started.
Well, we had some help.
Well, you know, we still got a choice to make. You know what I mean?
Industrial complex.
They can put
Black Wall Street.
they can put it in front of you, but you ain't got to take it. So it's still a choice to make, right? And I'm saying, like, when I do history, I think about how did we come out? How did we come up? And now we vilified, which is the traditional church. All right. Each one of those groups that you mentioned have a private location that they can sit down, like we're doing right now, that everybody comes to, and ain't nobody gonna question why everybody go to the church. If somebody out there in their parking lot right now, they can be like, hey, what the hell going on in Pinnacle Bank with all the black men in there? Right? True. So we used to have a clandestine space, a place where we felt safe to be able to talk freely. We don't have that anymore. We blew that up. We had people that take advantage of it and vilify it, and here we are.
I mean, a lot of us, it was the barbershop. You know, we go back
that's even been infiltrated.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad what, you know, you see what goes on at some of the barbershops today too. That didn't used to happen as well. But it used to be, like you said, it used to be the barbershop or the basketball court. You know, we go hoop and that be our little community or whatnot.
Let me ask the question right quick. Everybody, I'm gonna come right back to you. Mm-hmm. How many of y'all got kids? Everybody hand up. Kids, everybody. See, out of Washington, you gonna have kids if you're in Atlanta. It's just a matter of time. I'm just talking about what we talking about. I don't know what it is about this place. It's the water. It's water. It's the water. I just want y'all to understand that our kids, they're missing what we went through. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's on purpose. Yeah. Do we feel like that's a disadvantage to our kids? Or do we feel like we're really advantaging them? Like, I love the fact that you got life insurance. I don't know why we don't do wills. I don't get it. You know.
Okay, I work in insurance. A lot of problem is people don't want to leave money for other people to live better than they lived when they were here.
That's what he's talking about. They selfish.
Yeah, selfish. I hear that. Like even with it could just be like a simple insurance policy to make sure, like your mortgage protection, where it automatically will pay for your home if you die. They don't want to do that because they don't want anybody living better than they live. Well, you should have made better choices.
But you can't tell them. What were you saying?
If they don't see the benefit, I have an insurance agency in Well that I've had for 25 years. I'm here to tell you. I'm telling you, they get auto insurance and house insurance. Why? Because it's mandated. They have to have it. Exactly. But when it comes to life insurance, they're not going to get it because again, they don't see the benefit. They see that as putting money away for other people, for somebody else. They're like, man, hey, I ain't gonna do it because at the heart of it, unfortunately, man, we are one of the most selfish people on the face of this earth. So.
Not innately.
I'm sorry?
Not innately. That's something that we've learned.
Yeah. But so again, to some of the points that were made earlier, I think that somehow we've got to learn how to be open and coachable and teachable. And a lot of us, we're not. So I think this gathering right here is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. We need to have more conversations where we can learn from each other and lean on each other. At the same time, hey man, and be open and honest. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm dealing with. Everybody's dealing with something.
That's right.
That's a fact. And if you live long enough, adversity is going to knock on your door. You're going to go through something.
A few
it's
times.
good to have somebody in your life that you can lean on. They can say, hey man, I'm going through this. Because again, hey, what is this the right way? Is this the wrong way?
All right.
You don't know.
I appreciate what you said. Also,
Yeah,
I
of
appreciate
course.
that shirt.
Yeah. You needed the help. Go ahead, bro.
Your team, sir?
It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
It don't make a difference, sir.
It don't matter. Go ahead.
I hope you got some souvenirs over in Berlin.
Go ahead, brother.
Y'all still living in the 90s.
That's what we got 5.
It don't matter what y'all
You know what this is.
And we live rent free in your head.
They got almost.
Y'all got Jerry Jones, bro.
Y'all, literally. Hold on, peace, bro. Peace.
So let me add one more thing that you guys are discussing, and I appreciate the conversation that we're all having here. Some of the things that is foundational for a lot of us, and we don't really understand the foundation that we've been raised on. I'm gonna lay a foundation really quick. The foundation that most of us have is an American education. Just think of it for a second. When we go to elementary school, we go to middle school, we go to high school, a lot of those educational things that we've learned is based on a textbook that somebody in a superintendent role says these are the things that we need to learn. Think of it for a second. Just let that meditate. We're talking about, and then let's add in the pieces that all of us are talking about. Insurance. We're talking about medical stuff. We're talking about health. We're talking about how we all interact with each other. Interact. If you think of how our formative education has helped or hindered a lot of the things that we have doing today. And I think that's some things that we don't really look at. We are blaming some of the things, and I can say I blame my parents just like another brother. I blame my parents for a lot of things that I did not know. But then when you stop and think for a second, you're like, wait a minute, I went for 12 years of high school, 12 years schooling. Just think of high school. What did you learn? Think for a minute.
Follow rules.
Did it help you become the person that you needed to be today? No. So again, I'm pointing out that the foundation that a lot of us have, now that we have, and I was born in the 60s, and I'm born from Brooklyn, New York, and I've been through a lot of the hood stuff that a lot of us are all talking about in different types of hoods. So I'm just sharing that a lot of the things that we're dealing with today is because of our foundation. We don't share because of our foundation. We don't give to each other because of our foundation. So if we can find a different way to express ourselves, a different way to look at how I can give to this brother, just like we say, teach one, each one, teach one. We all know the conversation, but we don't really do it. We have our children, we have a girlfriend, we have a boyfriend. We do the things that society says to do, but we really don't bring it into a place that all of us feel comfortable. And I can say that honestly about myself.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable sharing. Even though I'm here speaking in front of you guys who I don't know any one of you, I'm still uncomfortable. But yet alone, there's something to be said about our foundation in which we're looking at how we're trying to perceive our lives as men in this society.
I agree with
hard.
that. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, like, Wolf has an identity.
Yes.
Our problem is that we don't have, I'm talking about a generalization. We don't have an identity, generally. So that's what makes us selfish.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I'm stupid. I'm gonna keep everything I know to myself. Any money I make, I know you want to take it. That is something that is trained in us, taught into us through the system that you mentioned. Shameless plug, half the conversations I have with black men in therapy is figuring out who the hell they are.
Absolutely.
Like when they finally decide, you know what, I'm tired of the rat race. This can't be it. Some men are retired. They like, man, I just did 30 some odd years and I don't know what the hell to do with myself. And I'm like, well, what you like to do? Shit, I don't know. I used to just go to work, go out, drink a little bit, come home, whoop, whoop, whoop. That ain't really living. That's surviving. So half the time in session, it's not so much sharing the darkest thoughts that you may have had. Half the time we walking through you know, what does it look like to figure out who you are? And what does that represent for your family? Like, we have to start thinking at a higher level. Like, if you look in the mirror today and you see somebody you do like, how can that person be better? If you see somebody you don't like, how can you get to a place that you like him now? Because if you don't like him, if you mad, like he was mad about his daddy, you tend to take it out on the people that need you to be there for them. Because like he said earlier, everybody got problems. You don't need to be one of them. Who knows what Baba means? Get deeper. What is in the historical context, what is father? Provision, provider. That's what it means, provision, provider. The only reason we call God our Father is because when their language was established, that was how they referenced. It wasn't literally because mama, daddy. It was because it means provision, provider. So God could be all things, right? Now we've made it about men, right? Are you God?
No. Who's made in his image?
Keep going.
Say it again. Who's made in his image?
It's a difference between God and the creator. So we are in his image with the ability to create. So by de facto, you are gods. I just don't like to use that word because it's dog spelled backwards.
I mean, we can get into the semantics of it. But don't lose the meaning of the conversation. You see what I'm saying?
But my brothers, words matter.
Words do matter.
I seconded. I mean, my hobby is entomology, so I study words.
Words matter.
Words matter.
But intent also matters.
They vibrate at vibrations. This is the reason we wear gold, right? Gold is a frequency and a vibration amongst itself. It brings higher vibration. That's the reason I got my son watching. He's 7. We watched the 18. Why he wants to wear all that gold? I'm like, because he's vibrating at a higher frequency. So the words that we use and that we're going to conduct business with, right? If I'm being derogatory towards you, you're not going to want to do any business towards me. So they do matter. So if we're talking about the creator of all, right? It's just my private practice to step in as if I was walking into the Vatican or the president to give them their respect of the house that I'm in.
That's correct.
That's all I'm stating.
No, but dig what I'm saying, Wolf. I said earlier, you have an identity.
Yeah.
You've established yourself.
Correct.
But in a general context of what we're talking about, most of us don't have that.
I hear what you're saying.
So when I talk about Baba, what does it mean? This, that, and the third. There's a problem that I found in our community is that young brothers are trying to be men, right? And that's not what, and this may be my own personal take, so forgive me. We don't know how to be men the way our community needs us to be. That's the way I would say it. Like, what do you think our community needs? Anybody?
Leadership.
Yeah, y'all on today. All right, so what is that even? Mentorship, leadership. What does that look like? What kind of mentor leader do we need in like this current political climate, for example?
I mean, I'm gonna say love more than, because I didn't have leadership. I did, but I didn't. Right? I had my mama. I was an only child. I had my grandmother. Right? And they were on me, bro. They made sure I did everything in the house. Right? But as soon as I stepped out into those streets, there was no leadership, right?
Yeah, because it's the streets.
So it just depends. If you got loved ones, they truly love you. Like that shit, man. We all had that cousin that we didn't like, and we had that cousin that steered you the right way, right? You knew he loved you. If we get more love consistently in our community, that's the beginning. Because it's like he said, it's unconditional. It doesn't matter if it's the mailman and he see you outside trying to start your car, you late from work. He like, hey, you need to jump. Right? That's love. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be late again. They gonna fire me. That type. You feel me? Just love, bro. If we just simplify it, right? Like, okay, we ain't gotta be all extra. It ain't gotta be.
Well, I mean, you gotta operationally define it. You gotta. I agree with you.
Men, we have a problem with showing each other love, right? It's something like, okay, I got to sit here and, we in the era of phones. If you see something, if like like this is what I always say. I hope I'm never somewhere and I see something because I'm not the type of person to allow it to happen, my brother. I'm just not. I always say I'm glad I wasn't there when George Floyd was getting his neck on. I couldn't have let him do it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
I'm just not one of the ones, bro.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not here anymore. But oh well, he ain't going by himself if I'm there.
Right.
My point is that evil prevails when good men do nothing. So if I gotta be the one to get on the cross, okay, so be it. That's why we respect Pop, because that's what he did.
I get you on that.
I wanted to ask that, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier. Like I heard leadership. Well, leadership is made, right? I was in the streets. We had leaders. We had gang leaders. We had dope leaders.
Those were managers.
No, they
No, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
They were leading. I even apologized to my cousin like 5 years ago because he looked up to me. I had him in the strip club at 15. I was leading him. He was following me.
Mm-hmm.
People taught me how to rob. You know, leaders. They led me. I had homeboys leading each other to prison. So leadership is just that, having people who will follow you. I think what we need is community-focused, progressive, and loving leadership. Because there's a gang of leaders out there, that's what influencers are. They're leading people down the path of destruction.
Mm.
So we don't suffer from a lack of leadership. It's tons. We just don't have the right leadership.
Well, that's what I mean by operationally define it, because I was kind of going down this path earlier when I was like, what does Baba mean? Like, and it means to provision, protect. Those are the two elements of Baba, father, as we are all fathers, you know, and he's about to be one, but we are all fathers. Check. I'm already prophetically on it. All right. Thank you. All right. But no, but that's what I meant. Like he said, he couldn't watch George Floyd go down like that. That's what our community needs. We need protection. We need provision. If I see somebody is hungry, like we got food in here, you think I'm not gonna feed somebody outside?
That part.
But some of it, that's what we need. That's the kind of leadership we need.
So now we talking about Malcolm with that issue, right? Because
I mean,
who taught you how to hate yourself?
Well, I don't know that it's coming from a place of, in this instance, a place of hate.
How could it not, bro?
No. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
If you don't, I'm gonna let you talk.
Mm.
If you don't have haters, you ain't doing nothing, right?
I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
I reject that now. When I was younger, I did subscribe to it.
We all.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, where does most of the hate come from? It's coming from our own. So where
I would tell you,
like he said, we already got 12 bad years of history,
Yeah.
right? We already got Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right? Plymouth Rock landed on us instead of the Plymouth.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
could go on, right?
All right.
I mean, they got so many, and where should I start? I'm just stating, we already went through that, so now, okay, you go off to college, right? You do your thing. Instead of me congratulating you, man, he ain't doing nothing but go to college, man. He ain't nobody. Meanwhile, bro, come home, we celebrate. Get what I'm saying? Bro just came home, did 10. Let's pop up. You see what I'm saying? It's not where it should be.
It's not, but I guess where I was going with it is, at this point, at this time, if we took temperature of the community, right? And I mean rich, poor, whatever the socioeconomic status, that number on the socioeconomic part where we celebrate bro coming home versus somebody graduating is shrinking statistically.
I know.
You know, so I feel like where we are now, we're at a space where, yes, that 20%, 23% are still need help up.
That part.
But that higher percentage, we're not necessarily hating on one another. We just don't know how to collectivize, as a famous line from a movie I watched. You know, we don't know how to, you know, we don't know how to pull that 60, 70% that got it going the right direction together to create the infrastructure to lift everybody else. Like, it's easy to teach hate when you ain't got nothing to lose.
And see, this is the thing, and I fully agree with how you did that, how you worded that. But look at what the crutch is. What's the hate? The hate starts in the home with poverty stricken, right? We watching the SNAP benefits get cut off. A lot of people right now can't feed their families.
Yeah.
So what do we do as working men? Do we write them off?
No,
Like,
you
hey, well,
you
they
send them
should've-
you send them to therapy, bro. All right, so I'm gonna drop some on y'all.
realistically-
No. I'm dropping some on you. All right, how many of you guys knew that 30% of SNAP recipients suffer from mental health issues?
Oh, most doubt. I knew that.
Right. So depression,
I'm from Flint.
anxiety,
I'm from the unemployment
alcohol.
capital, SSI, food stamp
Dig.
capital of the world.
So
Like,
you
if
know,
ask me, yeah, I know.
if you're gonna make better decisions, we have to address how you think and process the world.
Correct.
That's me. I became a therapist because I needed one. That brother that took his life, because his mother, I was in that space for the same reason. So I really wish somebody could have got a hold of him and said, do you think your mother wants this for you? So my point is that we have to have trusted faces in spaces. Otherwise, we're dealing with the world on our own. This is not a stress-free world, especially for us.
True.
So we need those outlets. We need those spaces. The people that I deal with, I mean, I just started taking Medicaid. Like, I was really not trying to do it because they clown us. But my point is that that's the space that is needed in. Like, we can't reject anything positive for our community. Therapy is positive, vocation school is positive, spirituality at whatever level, whether you Islam or Christian or whatever you're seeking, anything positive, we have to embrace at this point. Because we spent so much time embracing the negative, like you said.
True.
When Buddy come home, everybody like pop bottles, and then we get in trouble coming out the strip club and we right back where we started.
I see it from your perspective, and I like it. I just would like to combine it if that's the case, because if we could mix mental with gainful employment, right, that would make sense, because like you look at how the immigrants come here. Put yourself in their shoes. I'm the type of person where I always like to flip positions. So if you flip positions, we go on over to Mexico to go work for people that we don't speak their language, right? And then we got to perform that service at the best that we could possibly do it for the lowest possible dollar. How many of us could actually do that? Now, I'm not coming from our background. We know we had it kind of worse than that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just stating, look at what our children are up against, right? Because technically, if they're going to get out here in the workforce and they do like how we did, like, okay, we went out in the 90s or the 80s, y'all a little older than me, y'all go get a job. The cost of living was so low, if you made $100, $200 a week, hell, that did something, right? That's a cell phone bill today. So if we can mix that with some form of skillful, gainful employment, because unfortunately, we're going to come back to the poverty issue. If we say mental illness and therapy, right, who pays for it? Right? Okay, Medicare just got shut down too. Open enrollment for us business owners, we know, is November 1st.
Right.
Okay, so that didn't happen. And if you already had it, or your premium just tripled.
Well, let's do a qualifier.
I'm just saying.
The current politics is anomalous. Like if you remove that element, they would have Medicaid. They would have Medicare. If you remove that, I'm saying, I'm not taking away. I'm just saying that if we're talking about planning forward, if we're talking about looking forward, I have to account for the anomaly. I'm just saying, okay, yeah, but clearly, I don't know what they gonna do, but
Gotcha.
they do what they do, and we always make a way.
I'm somebody that I don't pay into the health insurance. I'm pescatarian, I work out, I'm healthy, I'm 47. I'm like, I don't need it, right? So I'll just do my own wellness, right? Create my own wellness plan, stick to the color code from the Most High, and I'll be all right. I ain't been sick. And that's just me personally. For that, if someone has to individually pay for their own health care, let's say they say I need therapy, like bro did, right? Okay. I'm going through something, I need therapy. how do we as a community provide that? See, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get us to be meritocratic where we don't look. The Jews ain't got to go outside of that. They got AIPAC.
I'm not.
The
I'm
Indians
not,
have theirs.
No, this is. So are you talking about?
No, I'm being realistic. I'm saying I want to incorporate what you're saying into the community. How do we do it? Because financially, we gotta figure out the numbers and the X's and the O's.
No, right now, no. That's
Okay.
I don't get paid to do this. I show up.
Correct.
That's
Okay.
how I do it. And then
But
you know,
the system is messed up.
Yeah.
I know, sir.
I'm gonna say this. 38 years I was a jail administrator. I ran a 900 bed facility. When I retired, we had 37 people in our jail who did not have a charge. No charges.
just sitting there.
Mental health.
Yeah.
They had mental health issues. The judge said they need to go to Augusta. That's what Augusta said. We don't have a bed. The judge did his part. The police did his part, got him off the street. The judge did his part. I sit him down in the order down and he sits in the jail. Guess what the jail can't do? Administer medication. So what happens to that individual in jail? They start to decline. Until they do something to an officer, then they do what? Catch a charge. Guess why the family ain't pushing him to get out? Because as long as he's in the county jail, they still get that check every month. Because once you go to the state facility, the check is now diverted.
He's committed,
Yeah. And I seen that, and I'm talking about us.
85% of the DeKalb County Jail is
mental health.
Got medication
It's funny
coming in there.
y'all brought this up because I normally keep that part of my journey in my own, but I'm gonna share it with y'all because my mother, she was for the majority of her life, right? She battled manic depression, she battled schizophrenia, etc. I always told her she was just a genius because her IQ was about 200.
That's right.
What they, in the 70s, with a woman with her IQ, that she got put on the Thursday. Another story.
Mhm.
That's it. During her later years, I had to obtain guardianship over her and administer medicine. So I understand what y'all saying. When you've been dealing with that, you have to find people that actually want to provide actual care for the actual people, and you realize when you go in these facilities that they're overstaffed. I mean, they're understaffed and overworked because of the nobody. It's a gray area for the mentally impaired. Unfortunately, I get that, but at the same time, there's an opportunity as well, business wise. This is where the business entrepreneurs in here, the real estate guys, right? The guys that got Airbnbs, they can, if they get state owned, the state issue, they can turn those into mental health facilities and get state and federally funded.
But we got those.
I'm just
I'm saying that we can, a lot of people, let me just say this, a lot of people don't know.
And I know that because I did it privately. I wouldn't put my mom in one of those state-run facilities because you see how they run them. So I
Right.
found a woman that provided private care. I paid an extra little penny for her to take care of my mom, and that's how we move forward.
Right.
I'm just stating from a business instance, right? We always want to still be helpful in the community while simultaneously still bringing in a return on interest. If it's 1 to 2%, if you don't make nothing but that, at least your community that we didn't have prior, and you're still making a profit.
Yeah, if you do not use the network that's in place, how are you going to get it out? Because you had said something earlier, and I was telling you, like, back in the day we had churches.
Mm-hmm.
Like my church actually has a mental health program, and they have housing. Like, we're not using our churches appropriately.
That's unique. A lot of
but to be honest with you, as unique as you may feel it is, it's not.
It's not as unique as you think.
That used to be the standard. Yeah. The newness is how we done got away and got into like prosperity preaching.
I'm just finna say.
But those are mega churches, but they are individuals. They're not the norm. Most of the churches don't have that. My church right now they need $350,000 right now to pay for HVAC system. World Changers ain't thinking about that. They ain't concerned about that. They got 18 wheelers. They rolling. So yeah, I mean, it's just it really boils down to what are we using our networks for? Mm-hmm. Are we using to profit, to your point, or are we using to be pathetic and help our people? And that's that's all it really is gonna come down to. All this brain power in here. We could probably go over to no, we can't go over there. I'm trying to think of where we could go. But all this brain power in this room, just the brain power, not financial, just the brain power. We can go into a neighborhood and really come up with a solution. We got some bodies. We can actually put something together.
Most definitely.
You understand?
I mean, we could definitely build, bro, because anything y'all build, we gonna put the HVAC in. We got all of that. That's half the battle right there. You put the structure up, we gonna cool it down.
Well, I mean, you're an electrician too. If you're doing HVAC, that's electrician. It's everything.
We gonna handle it all. We just want to be able to where if it's needed, that we identify, we get a structured plan. Everybody, and that's really not that hard to do. Meetings like this is technically how that starts. You know, the other side, they play golf. Maybe y'all want to watch a game or something. At halftime, we break down and bring some portfolios out. I mean, however it has to happen. What I was going to also add for everybody that we said we have children, at least y'all want to look into getting an LLC trust for
the private trust. Yeah,
you want to get it can be public. It can be as long as it's irrevocable.
It's gonna be private. Me.
I got what you're saying.
Okay.
I got what you're saying. Trust me, I know what you're saying. But let's say you got your houses, whatever, some land that your grandfather
Any
or
asset.
whatever gave to you. You don't necessarily want to continue to pay taxes on it. If you put it in a trust LLC, you won't have to, because you won't have any capital gains tax for them to pull on it. So that's just something that for when you get your baby. And then everybody else
Hey man, hey, something going on over there.
I had to, bro. I had to slide it in there.
It's happening over there.
It's not hard to start an LLC trust to put your stuff in, protect your assets, so that's because if you put all your assets in a portfolio, that technically is wealth.
Because it's continuous ownership. Yeah. It's not. So I want y'all to eat, man. I mean, at this point, I guess y'all get the point. Like, this is what needs to happen more often. As a therapist, we do group sessions, and sometimes they have the context of an active or crisis or something of that nature. This is not that. But this is something that kind of gives you an idea of what therapy can be like in a group setting. For people that don't like to go to therapy, I always tell them to go to group sessions first, so they can kind of get the lay of the land, the idea of what happens, how you can activate your mind. Whether you're actively involved or not, you hear what's going on and you're going to process it. And that's what needs to happen, because the world out there will distract us. It's full of distraction. This is probably the calmest y'all probably have been in a long time.
He said without a pistol. Hey,
But this is something that y'all, that just means y'all need to do more of it, right? Like, get your circles, get your support. If you want Toshma to do this more and we all come together, y'all need to tell her that. But whatever y'all do, please don't leave here the same way you came. Leave out here with an idea of what needs to be done and an idea how to do it. And if y'all want, y'all can scan. I take insurance. I'm a friend of Toshma, so I'm gonna make my pitch. I do self-pay and insurance. So there's all those scans. Holla at your boy. That's all I got, Toshma.
Mikell, thank you so much.
Give everybody a hand. How about that?
All right, so y'all talk to me. How did you feel about this time?
I enjoy these meetups. I like them a lot. It's a great opportunity for me to get out the house. I work from home, so I'm always just in the house. And one of the things that you mentioned, like making friends as we get older, it's tough. I'm turning 37 next week.
Happy birthday.
So thank you. But it's having these opportunities to just get out of the house, meet with other gentlemen, brainstorm ideas, because I like both sides of this argument. We need the community. We also need the economics behind it for it to make sense. Mm-hmm. Because if we don't have the economics to get out of the poverty, a lot of the times the poverty creates the issues that we deal with. I like being in this session. Even I don't get a chance to speak as much, like you said. Just hearing it, you absorb it. It influences the way you think a little bit. So I appreciate these type of meetings.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Again, I started maturation in my 40s. I turned 50 2 months ago. So
welcome to the club.
I'm still. You know what I'm saying? So like you know, I appreciate stuff like this, and I love listening to the older gentleman that's older than myself. You know what I mean? Because I can hear the maturation, and that's what I'm trying to inspire to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I live, you know what I'm saying, my life coming up doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, and you know, as the older I got, the more I appreciated life. And then when I had my kids, I gotta be here for them. You know what I mean? So that helped me continue to grow, and you know, so then like I mentioned earlier, my dad was murdered when I was 3, and my mom passed in 18. And they said once you lose both of your parents, then you officially grown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been grown for 7 years, and I'm still trying to grow. And you know, I wasn't taught from, you know what I'm saying, the older people in Adamville where I grew up at. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as like being a man, I was raised by women. The men that I was following was in the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's who I was following at the time. But right now, you know, I'm trying to just learn from, you know what I'm saying, my elders, and you know, I ain't even gonna call them elders, just, you know what I'm saying, just older brothers. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I enjoy listening to, you know, I don't like his team, the Cowboy dude over there. But I appreciate it. But I know, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate what he was saying. I'm just saying. I appreciate what he was saying, and
you
even
can't do that with
That means you can learn from everybody.
He's 3 years younger than me, and I appreciate what he was saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm learning from him as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I just love stuff like this, and I hope you can do it quarterly. You know what I'm saying? We have 4 meetings a year, or more if we need it. But
Tosh was like,
I appreciate this. I mean, we can all, you know, put in a pot so you can keep this going. You know, I'm willing to do that, but I appreciate stuff like this because I'm still growing. You know what I'm saying? I know myself, I still got a lot to grow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, before I leave.
Pop out.
You know, I'm gonna say something. And this is somebody got a sports team, right? And they, no. Listen to what I'm gonna say. And just like we talk about, you are part of what you're exposed to. I became a Cowboy fan because I seen something on TV in 1973 that I never seen before, and it had nothing to do with football. It had nothing to do with living in Ohio. You only go see Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis Cardinals, Eagles, Giants, Washington Redskins. But even watching them, I seen something I never seen because I wasn't supposed to. You know what it was? It was Miss Mary Smith, a black cheerleader. This is what made me a Cowboy fan. Didn't know black women were cheerleaders. This what made me.
See what y'all do?
It had something to be being exposed. And then that afro, she was attractive. Being a black kid who went to an all-white Catholic school from 1969 to 1975. Being one of 3 blacks, the other 2 blacks were biracial. Mary Smith made me a Cowboy fan. Had nothing to do with the tackles.
Say that.
It's what you expose to, what you see. Again, you said you can't be something you've never seen. You can't think that something is precious that's never been made precious. So that's how I became a Cowboy fan. So that's the jab. But we still got 5 rings.
I'll be in Athens next week too. I'm coming to the game.
I'll be right on the sideline.
Okay, Montana and Wesley.
I'll be quick. For me, it was definitely exciting to be here. I'm 28, so it's just exciting to
I'm almost twice his age.
You're right. So just hearing everything about the struggles that us black men go through. The question that you had posed at the beginning was like what you were, what you want to pass down on to the younger generation. So for me, I fit into that younger generation of what you guys are passing down to, and also I look at myself as like, what can I pass down to, kids that are under me, and for me, it just like I've figured out, or just realizing that there's 2 switches in this world for a man, coming from a boy, child, adolescent, to a manhood. And for me, I feel like I'm at that point in my life that I've made that switch to, stepping fully into my manhood. And the choices that I have is to either, shy away from it or run to it. And to me, it's more so like running to growth run into discomfort, or not, is it discomfort or
growth is uncomfortable.
yeah, right. So run into all those things that are open for me, and just sitting here listening to all you guys, and eventually get a chance to pick you guys' brains and just talk about your life story. And even just always going back to bro when he was saying something about blaming your parents or something like that. I think it was. Yeah.
You're talking about he was mad at his father.
Yeah. So I recently, maybe a couple weeks ago, just sat across the table from my dad and just said, "Hey, I was mad at you for a situation back then. This is why I started drinking. I became an alcoholic. Became a sex demon. Started chasing out the things that was ungodly. And for me to have that conversation with him, literally opened up doors in my manhood that I'm excited to see, and eager to continue to chase after it, and just the ability to sit across and tell my dad in his eyes that, hey, I blamed you. I looked at you as the problem of why I went through some of my stuff, and it opened me up. It released me. I feel free, and I feel like I'm able to, be a positive leader, able to stand and take accountability for my past, my present, and going into my future self. So it's definitely very exciting to, it's exciting just to be here, just to be able to understand, the struggles and just listen, soak in everything and be able to take it and stay sharp now. So that's my piece. But definitely glad to be here.
Iron sharp as iron.
Yeah.
So for me, the question is, do we need it? Or my question is, that I'm gonna answer is that, do we need it? I think this type of space is definitely needed. Growing up without my father was there, but he wasn't there. To hear similar situations from all the men in here, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. To know that, I wasn't the only one who went through this type of environment growing up. So to hear this, like, wow. And then to see you guys be successful in your careers, your family life, your friends, whatever it is, it's like this definitely needed, because us as black men, we don't have these safe spaces to really talk to each other and hear each other's stories, to see how did you overcome, what did you do, what are you going through now versus what you did back then, what are you doing differently. So I think this is definitely, like the brother mentioned, quarterly. I would definitely support it 3-4 times. Yeah. So definitely it's needed. And Toshma, if you ever need anything, I'm willing to help. Provide some things.
Get him on tape now.
Got him.
Don't be looking at the people. I
got some cigars for you. I have my own cigar line. I'm gonna do you said that plug?
We got plug. You know how I am. We got plug.
Shameless plug. I do have my own cigar line. I do have cigars for folks that actually smoke. So if you guys want to smoke cigars, I do have some for you.
All right, Frank.
Listen, come on.
Guys.
All right, you know.
I want to thank you all so much. Anywhere today, anywhere. And you chose to spend this time and trust me to come into this space. And I cannot thank you enough for doing that. This happened because you guys gave me feedback at the summer event. So I took a survey, and out of 20 people that answered the survey, 17 of you guys definitely said, let's do it again, more than once a year. And then of those 17, 8 of you guys said you wanted more time with men's mental health. So that's why we're here. I'm listening, and if you've worked with me in business, you know I do a needs analysis. I listen and I analyze, and then I execute. So I want you to know that I am here for the entire man, not just your real estate needs. That's why we're doing what we're doing. I want to make sure that you guys are strong to your core so you can continue to serve your families, your future, your legacies. Thank you for letting me just be an itty bitty part of that. So I'm here. This is why I do this. And I will take each category that you thought was important and wanted to see more of, and we will bring this type of environment. I'm super, super honored that you feel safe enough to be in this space with me. As you see, there's no, I took out all the feminine energy. Y'all just consider me y'all real estate agent. I'm like the real estate home girl, so I don't count. But I took out all the feminine energy so that you could feel like you were in a safe space to really have conversation, make some great connections. Some of you guys traveled with me in April, and you made that deeper connections. So please know, guys, this group is tight. Like there's at least, I don't know, 6, 7 of y'all that went to Columbia. I did my first.
Did you try to say 6, 7? Like,
6, 7.
You know, 6, 7 is the thing now.
She don't even know.
She don't even know.
She said,
we took our first international real estate journey this April, and we took 30 people to Cartagena, Colombia, and there were definitely some deep connections made amongst the brotherhood. So it was a really cool experience. I will be rolling more of those out as part of my mission. My impact space for the next year is to help 30 families move into wealth building, move into legacy and wealth transference. Okay, so it's not just about a house, it's about the dirt, it's about making sure you secure your legacy. Our chasm between the have and have-nots is growing deeper and deeper, and we're not going back. So it's hard to have a conversation when you don't own anything. So we need to make sure that your name is on a piece of dirt somewhere, because you may need it to start over, to literally plant, to literally make your own food, whatever the case may be. If you get displaced, you have a piece of dirt with your name on it. It's hard to fight when you don't have ownership. Okay, so that's spoken not just from the realtor perspective, but from a black woman that wants to see the black men continue to hold up black families. Okay, so 30 people into ownership, and then I want to take 30 new people across the borders. And this year I did it totally not, like that was not an intention. I just was like, y'all come party with me. It was my anniversary, my 20-year real estate anniversary in April, and I was like, y'all come party with me. And we ended up having 30 people. This year I'm very intentional. We will be announcing our destination in December, but I want to take 30 new people in addition to our travel tribe to across the borders, and I'll announce where it is so that you can at least consider owning real estate in another part of the world. You will need somewhere to go. You better hear me. Y'all better hear me. You will need somewhere to go.
You know you speaking my language now.
So I want to just open people's possibilities, open your mindset to the possibility of owning a piece of dirt in another part of the world. You don't have to live there 100% of the time, but you want to own. Okay. I feel like Chris is gonna be my first official. International.
Why you can't tell us where we're going now?
I can't tell. I'm gonna tell you at Friendsgiving. So I'll tell the rest of the world in December. And to that end, I just want to. I gotta shout this guy out. I have to shout out. There's a lot of success stories in the room, but Chris has been. We have been in business relationship for a little over 10 years. I met Chris in his 20s. Chris brought a whole whopping $1,500.
Yeah.
A whole whopping $1,500 to the table to purchase his first property. $1,500. Guess where he bought? What is now the Georgia State Stadium. It was not the Georgia State Stadium then. He is right in that Summer Hill area. He got layered down payment assistance. And now Chris is one of my success stories, because his real estate portfolio is well over $1 million.
That's what I'm talking about.
He is a bachelor. So he ain't good. He don't have no kids.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he's building for his family though. That's what's so commendable. It's like whether his personal family expands or not, he's building it for the people that are coming behind him in his bloodline. And I'm tearing up just thinking about it. Like I admire that. This is what I'm talking about. When I sit with you all one-on-one and you tell me your stories and you tell me why you're doing what you're doing and you allow me to be a part of that. Like, this is why I do what I do, to help you guys continue to grow and be the anchors of our community. We as Black women, we need y'all. We need y'all. And I get the honor of standing in this room with you. You have no idea how many women wanted to help me today. I said, no. These are my clients. I don't play with them. This is a safe space. They're like, oh, you don't need no help. No, I don't need no help. Let me go get a young person over here to help me. But no, seriously, I am so vested in feeding into what makes you better men. So whatever I can do, be it real estate or beyond, that's what I'm here for, because I appreciate you. This guy here, man. I've got so many success stories, I'm telling you, and so many of my male clients I met as bachelors. And I'm bringing this up because some people think, oh, you got to have a family. Oh, I'm single. Oh, I don't want to, I don't want to get tied down. Listen, real estate gives you options. Don't get it twisted. Everybody wants a piece of Atlanta. Now, whether you want to live here forever or you want to be somewhere else, everybody wants to get here. So if it's not your place to stay forever, consider investing in Atlanta. But trust and believe, everybody wants to be in Atlanta. This young man met me as a bachelor. And by the time he bought and sold his little itty-bitty condo, he was able to pay off debts, put money aside for his daughter's education.